Hello, thank you for your interest in our contribution. Our paper is called Developing Virtual Reality Content for Digital Career Guidance in the Context of the Pandemic. The authors of this work are Jose Garcia and Ekaterina Prasolova-Purlan, members of the Immersive Technologies for Learning group at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, NTNU, in Trondheim, Norway. In our paper, we present several applications developed to provide a taste of a job experience to young job seekers. The applications developed are part of what we call a virtual internship. In this paper, we also bring to your attention some of the challenges we encounter for developing training applications during the pandemic. During the last 3 years, our research group has been working on defining and developing the immersive job taste concept. The immersive job taste aims to provide the user with the experience of an average workday in a profession or trade. It responds to a core need by young job seekers to leak information about a profession to an actual workplace in an engaging and interactive manner, as existing text-based information sources often do not link this information well enough. Our group has worked in collaboration with the Norwegian Labour and Welfare Administration. Job seekers will normally go to a job center to look for job opportunities. In Norway, there are often positions in aquaculture and energy. Many workplaces, such as aquaculture facilities and wind turbines, are located far from job centers, making it more complicated for job seekers to visit and inform themselves on what is involved in the profession. The applications for the immersive job taste concept were initially developed for tethered headsets. The fishery and aquaculture worker application was the first immersive job taste application for high-end HMDs developed in collaboration with the Norwegian fishing industry. In the video, you see some of the tasks that can be experienced. In the wind turbine application, the user can navigate inside the turbine all the way to the top. Tasks that an electrician will carry out in a turbine were identified and simulated in discussion with the local energy company. The app was evaluated with job seekers and the electricity company and received positive feedbacks on the realism and the educational value of the simulation. The road construction application, developed in collaboration with a local company, the user experiences different activities around a construction site. The content in this app builds upon the lessons learned from the first two apps. This application offers more game-based components to the user to familiarize them with the activities taking place at the construction site. The car mechanic and another app, the Teamsmeet app, were originally developed for tethered headsets. It was then also developed for Oculus Quest as a response to the need to find more accessible solutions that could be used during lockdown. The developers collaborated with a local garage for defining the tasks. The car app has been successfully evaluated by the professionals from the Norwegian Car Association who plan to use it for recruiting purposes. The warehouse application is among the latest additions to the virtual internship app family and is available in both Oculus Quest and desktop version together with an app for operating a crane in harbor docks.
Oppgaven aktivert.
Heavily influenced by the new circumstances as a result of the pandemic. The application is a gamified experience of a warehouse worker.
Oppgaven aktivert.
The warehouse was modeled after a real warehouse operated by a main supermarket franchise in Norway. The applications described in this paper have been developed in most cases by teams with limited or inexistent previous experience in VR development. The experience during the last 3 years have helped to develop an approach to get development teams quickly to speed. We have achieved good results by creating training workshops for the development teams. The workshops incorporate best practices and training in development engines, in particular Unity, and introduce prefabs developed in the project. The content presented previously inspires design of the tasks in new applications developed by new teams. During 2020, we experienced 3 situations regarding our development and evaluation of content in the context of COVID-19. The conditions were normality, medium restrictions, and low restrictions. In the normality condition, our development team would work at our lab and perform evaluations and presentations with the target audience and industrial partners, either at our lab or at our other locations. During the time when medium restrictions were in place, development work had to be carried out at home. Evaluation was carried out using members of the research team or, in some cases, members of the target audience or subject matter experts who either use a desktop app or had access to a headset. A part of the evaluation was carried out by gathering feedback based on pre-recorded videos of the apps. In low restrictions, development was carried out again at the lab. Evaluations were carried out using very few participants and with heightened hygiene procedures. In this project, we targeted HTC Vive's mixed reality headset and later Oculus Quest as display devices. The feedback from the Norwegian Labour and Welfare Administration and some industrial partners suggested the use of more affordable and easy-to-use headsets such as the Quest will speed up the adoption of virtual internship applications. At the same time, Facebook has implemented a policy in which current owners of Oculus are under the obligation of using Facebook accounts. This policy change also affects the way developer accounts are set up and used and raises questions about privacy. We face the difficulty of having participants for evaluations, and many groups have been forced to use members of their research teams as participants. The question for the community is whether we can develop methods to use members of research teams as participants in evaluations and be able to achieve significant results. Thank you for your attention.